Walking is often praised as the ultimate exercise, but if you are over 60, this popular advice might actually be overrated and in some cases even risky. Many cardiac surgeons and doctors automatically prescribe walking without considering your unique situation. Let us be honest for a moment. If you are dealing with joint pain that flares up after just a few blocks, or if fatigue hits you harder than it used to, then walking is not always the best answer. Perhaps you have experienced that frustrating sinking feeling when someone cheerfully suggests that you should just take a walk while your knees are screaming in pain or your balance feels unsteady. When poor circulation leaves your feet numb and swollen, making every step feel like walking through quicksand, generic advice can feel dismissive. If you struggle with these daily physical challenges, please know that you are definitely not alone. Millions of older adults face this exact same reality every single day. But here is the empowering news I want to share with you today, because walking is absolutely not your only option. Today, I am going to show you 5 expert-backed exercises that can effectively boost your circulation, strengthen your heart, and fill you with vital energy, all without taking a single step outside your home. These are not just simple alternatives to walking. In many practical ways, they are actually better if you want to protect your cardiovascular health, keep your mind sharp, and maintain your independence well into your 80s. Stay right here with me, because what you learn next could genuinely change how you feel tomorrow morning. Let us seamlessly continue with our first exercise, the foundational movement for lower body circulation, the wall squat. Before dismissing this because you think squats are exclusively for young athletes, let me provide an educational perspective on why this is recommended for older adults. Remember that while this educational information is expert-backed, always listen to your body. Regular walking sends shockwaves through aging joints with every step. Wall squats completely eliminate that harmful impact. They strategically target your most important muscle groups, specifically quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings. Cardiologists often refer to these powerful leg muscles as your second heart. When contracting, they act as an internal pump, pushing pooled blood from your lower extremities back to your chest against gravity. Sitting for long periods makes this vital muscle pump completely inactive, forcing your primary heart to work much harder. Let me safely guide you through the proper technique. Stand with your back flat against a sturdy wall and deliberately place your feet shoulder-width apart, roughly 12 inches away. Slowly slide down the wall, as if lowering your body into an invisible chair. You only ever need to go down as far as feels entirely comfortable. For most beginners, going down just 2 or 3 inches is a perfectly fine starting point. Hold that gentle position for 2 to 3 seconds, then slowly slide back up. You should feel your thigh muscles engaging, but you must never experience sharp pain. Begin with 5 to 8 gentle repetitions daily and gradually work your way up to 15. Consider the inspiring story of Margaret, a 73-year-old woman living in Portland. She simply started doing these gentle wall squats every single morning while waiting for her coffee to brew. She explicitly told me she initially thought the simple movement was too easy to actually matter. However, within exactly 1 month, she noticed something profound. For the first time in years, she could easily stand up from her living room chair without using her hands for support. This exercise beautifully smashes the mental barrier, telling you that getting stronger requires complicated equipment. It requires absolutely zero gear. That first successful hold immediately restores physical confidence, serving as a powerful educational reminder that you still firmly possess the ability to take charge of your health today. We just talked about taking charge of your lower body health with wall squats. Now let us gracefully move up to your upper body with our second expert recommended movement, the wall push-up. Many older adults completely dismiss push-ups, thinking they are strictly for fitness enthusiasts. From a health education standpoint, this is a limiting misconception. Traditional floor push-ups can indeed put intense strain on aging wrists and shoulders, which is why medical professionals often advise against them for seniors. However, modifying this movement against a wall safely changes everything. When you perform a wall push-up safely, you simultaneously engage your chest, arms, and core. This specific muscle activation dramatically improves circulation in your upper back and chest areas, where many of us feel tightness and restricted blood flow. From an anatomical perspective, each controlled repetition helps your heart pump more efficiently and strengthens the muscles you use to breathe deeply. As we age, our lung capacity naturally decreases, making these respiratory muscles absolutely crucial for maintaining optimal oxygen levels and a healthy cardiovascular system. Let me walk you through the safe technique. Stand about arm's length from a sturdy wall. Place your hands flat against the surface exactly at shoulder height and about shoulder width apart. Slowly lean forward slightly and bend your elbows to bring your chest toward the wall. Then push back to your starting position with control. Always prioritize the quality of your movement over speed, aiming for 8 to 12 slow, steady repetitions. Please remember that this information is for educational purposes, and you should always listen to your body and consult your physician. Unlike floor push-ups, you control the intensity completely. This exercise figuratively and literally lifts weight off your chest. Your breathing deepens, your posture naturally straightens, and many people report an immediate mood lift. I recently spoke with Robert, an 81-year-old gentleman from Denver, who started doing wall push-ups every morning after his shower. He shared something incredibly profound with me. He said he honestly thought his body was too old to get stronger, but it turned out it just needed permission to try. Sometimes building strength after 70 does not come from heavy barbells or long walks. Sometimes it comes from something as simple as leaning against a wall and proving to yourself that your body still has your back. If you are still watching and this educational perspective is helping you today, drop a number 2 in the comments to let me know you are here. We just focused on building upper body strength and expanding your lung capacity. Now let us return our focus to the lower body, specifically addressing a very common and frustrating issue for many older adults: cold and swollen feet. Our third expert-recommended movement is one of my absolute favorites because it is so incredibly simple yet remarkably effective. I call seated ankle circles the stealth circulation booster because you can do them absolutely anywhere and at any time. From an educational and anatomical standpoint, your calf muscles are frequently referred to by medical professionals as the second heart of your body. They play a genuinely crucial role in pumping blood back up to your primary heart. When you sit for prolonged periods, whether you are reading a book, watching your favorite television program, or waiting in a medical office, blood naturally pools in your lower legs due to gravity. This pooling directly leads to swelling, uncomfortably cold feet, and that heavy, tired feeling many of us know too well. Please remember this information is purely meant to educate, so always consult your healthcare provider about persistent swelling. Seated ankle circles beautifully activate this essential calf pump system. The gentle rotational movement rhythmically contracts and releases your calf muscles, effectively helping to push that pooled blood back upward. Here is how simple this technique truly is. Sit up tall in your chair, with your feet resting flat on the floor. Now lift one foot just slightly off the ground, perhaps just 2 or 3 inches. Slowly circle your ankle clockwise 10 times, making the circles as large as feels completely comfortable for your joints. Then smoothly reverse the direction for 10 counterclockwise circles. For an extra circulatory boost, intentionally point your toes up toward your shin, then point them down toward the floor a few times. This specific flexing motion profoundly activates those powerful calf muscles. Now, simply switch to your other foot and repeat the process. The true beauty of this exercise is how it completely smashes the mental barrier telling you that you cannot exercise. You need absolutely no special clothes, no expensive equipment, and not even shoes. Consider Dorothy, a 79-year-old woman from Tampa, who started doing ankle circles during her favorite evening television shows. She happily reported that within just 2 weeks, her feet were no longer constantly cold, and that frustrating heavy feeling completely vanished. This tiny, gentle motion beautifully restores your sense of physical control, proving that taking excellent care of yourself does not have to be overwhelming. We have successfully addressed both the upper body and the lower limbs. Now, I want to share an educational perspective that might genuinely surprise you. Heart health is not just about moving large muscle groups. One of the most powerful tools for protecting your cardiovascular system is quite literally resting right in the palm of your hand. Our fourth expert recommended movement focuses entirely on your grip strength. Recent medical research provides a fascinating educational insight into human anatomy. Intentional grip training can actively help lower your blood pressure and strengthen your heart, all while you remain comfortably seated in your favorite chair. When you firmly squeeze and release an object in your hand, you stimulate the tiny arteries in your hands and forearms. This action triggers what researchers call a vascular response. This biological reaction can directly help lower your systolic blood pressure. In fact, many cardiologists now specifically recommend grip exercises for blood pressure management, especially when more intense physical activity is not a viable option. Furthermore, stronger grip strength strongly correlates with longer life and greater physical independence because it reflects your overall neuromuscular health. Please remember that while this educational information is grounded in science, you should always consult your medical provider for specific blood pressure concerns. Let me explain how you can harness this incredible power at home. You can use a simple tennis ball, a soft stress ball, or even just roll up a small hand towel. Hold your chosen object in one hand and squeeze it firmly for 3 to 5 seconds. Then, completely release the tension. Feel that strong contraction, followed by the deep relaxation. Repeat this simple motion 10 to 15 times with each hand. The wonderful thing about grip training is its ultimate accessibility. You can do it while talking on the phone or watching your favorite television program. Each squeeze sends a clear message to your nervous system, confirming that you are still strong and capable. Consider the inspiring story of Helen, an 80-year-old woman from Charleston. She started carrying a small yellow stress ball everywhere she went. She made a simple rule for herself, doing 3 squeezes every time she sat down and 3 every time she stood up. She happily reported having significantly more energy throughout the day and feeling a steadier heartbeat. These are the small personal victories that add up to significant health changes. If you are finding value in this educational content today, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you helpful health insights. Now let us move seamlessly to our fifth and final expert-recommended movement. For this exercise, we return to the lower body to share something that looks deceptively simple but is incredibly effective for your circulation. This movement is the seated straight leg hold. From an educational perspective, this might just be the most underrated exercise for anyone over 60 who wants a stronger lower body. Please remember, this information is strictly for educational purposes, and always consult your doctor. Let us examine the biological problem this exercise solves. When we sit for extended periods, blood naturally tends to pool in our lower legs. This forces your primary heart to work much harder to pump that blood back up. Over time, this increases the risk of swelling and elevated blood pressure. Medical professionals explain that straight leg holds act like a gentle but powerful pump for your entire lower body. They help reduce what doctors call venous pressure and significantly improve oxygen delivery throughout your entire circulatory system. The technique is beautifully straightforward and incredibly safe. Sit upright in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift one leg straight out in front of you and hold it there for 5 to 10 seconds. You should clearly feel your quadriceps contracting to support the weight of your leg. Lower your leg slowly and with complete control, then switch to the other leg. Start with 5 holds per leg and gradually build up to 10 or 15 as you get stronger. What makes this movement so special is how it powerfully rebuilds your psychological sense of control. Every single time you lift your leg, you are telling your brain that you still have agency over your physical body. This profound feeling actively fights the anxiety and helplessness that often creep in when mobility becomes challenging. I will never forget talking with James, a 78-year-old gentleman from Phoenix who had experienced a mild stroke. Initially, he was very skeptical and asked what the point was. But he decided to try these leg holds during television commercial breaks. Several weeks later, he proudly shared that he was climbing his stairs with much less fatigue. He told me he no longer felt useless because he was doing something meaningful for his health again. Health at this stage is not about youth or looking a certain way. It is entirely about dignity and moving on your own terms without fear. Your legs are not asking you to run marathons. They are simply asking for a few gentle inches of movement to give your heart the vital support it truly deserves. As someone who has spent years working with people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, I have learned a profound educational truth. Real cardiovascular change does not demand perfect health, expensive gym equipment, or exhausting time. Today, we explored 5 scientifically backed movements creating a comprehensive internal pump for your body. From activating your lower body with wall squats and straight leg holds, to expanding upper body circulation with wall push-ups and utilizing stealth movements like ankle circles and grip squeezes, we learned that protecting your heart is within your control. You do not have to walk miles to achieve excellent health benefits today or tomorrow. Beyond physical education, there is a deeper lesson I want to share with you today. Many of us feel like the fast-paced world is rushing past us, making us feel smaller in our own daily lives. Life at this stage is not always easy. Perhaps you have lost someone important, or your body changed in unpredictable ways you simply never expected. Some days you might just feel tired, which is completely human. However, I truly want you to always remember a deeply crucial truth. Inside your body lives a resilient spark of vitality, simply waiting for you to acknowledge it again. These 5 exercises are not merely physical movements. They are powerful daily messages you send to your nervous system, stating that you are still here, you still matter, and you still possess the power to care for your heart. Every wall, squat, ankle, circle, and grip squeeze is a quiet, beautiful declaration that you are not giving up. You choose to actively support your health in gentle ways because those small things add up to create meaningful peace and purpose. You are never too old to do good for your cardiovascular system, and never too weak to try something gentle and healing. Even if you cannot walk the distances you used to, there is always a clear path forward to support the remarkable body that has faithfully carried you through all these years. My specific advice and request for you today is simple. Pick just one of these exercises and try it right now. Let this incredibly simple action spark the positive thought that you are alive and highly capable. True healing is not always a massive, dramatic leap forward. Often, it is a quiet, peaceful moment sitting comfortably in your kitchen chair when warmth finally returns to your previously cold, tired feet. It is absolutely that calm pause between deep breaths when you realize you are actively taking excellent care of yourself right now. That is something to be genuinely proud of today. Please leave a comment below and tell me exactly which exercise you are going to try first. I carefully read every single comment, and your kind words give me tremendous daily encouragement. If this educational video brought you value today, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who might benefit from these gentle routines. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video to continue exploring ways to age with strength, dignity, and joy.